Goddess Keystone in a red can here. So unboxed the Albino Rhino beer mail the other day and forgot about the glasses and did a lot of takes and fucked a lot of them up. And so but I'll show off these glasses anyway. The Albino Rhino Beer Fest sampler glass from the festival at Ridgeway this year. It was like May 2nd, something like that. So check out the videos on Chad's channel for that. Also sent me this wicked heavy duty like tulip type glass here from Cameron's out of Ontario there. Pretty nice glass, and we're going to review Keystone tonight as well as all these other beers Chad sent. So I got a whole ton of these beers. Maybe I'll start showing them off in a bit here. But Keystone. Ooh. Alright, so 4.9% alcohol by volume. Vented can. Yeah, so it gives you instructions here on how to vent the can. It's brewed by Molson Coors Canada. Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, Moncton Street, St. John's, Union Made, all the rest of it. So let's pour this beer, you know what I'm saying?
Don't like it cold. Yeah. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Keystone. Keystone. What the fuck? Keystone. Yeah, but like it cold. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Keystone. What the fuck? Keystone. Like it cold. Keystone. Like it cold. Yeah. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Yeah, baby would like it cold. Keystone. Keystone. What the fuck? Keystone. Yeah, but like it cold. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Keystone. What the fuck?
Alright, so little mix I did. Like tribute to ODB and the Wu-Tang Clan. Pretty much. Alright, so Keystone 4.9 in this fancy ass glass here. Smelling pretty typical. Nice fluffy white head on there. Pretty fucking gold. Actually not smelling too bad tonight. With these domestic pale lagers, I tend to enjoy them more some days than others. Some days they're fine, and some days they make me want to fucking Ralph, but yeah, I got it fairly cold here. Not super cold. Getting a bit of the cardboard. Definitely some corn flavor coming out of there. Kind of a tangy gas coming off with the CO2 and the coming off the head there. I guess maybe from just the barley, the corn, and hop extracts. Probably all the same. Those are the three ingredients, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe it's not. Actually, not too bad tonight. I'd rather had it or damn near gagged on. It's very frothy, kind of weak. It does remind me a lot of Old Milwaukee. So, very similar to that. It's fairly clean. You could do worse. Tangy. Not as bad as Budweiser or anything like that. Pretty easy drinking. Very, very light tasting. At 4.9 is still really easy going. Maybe I just got this at the ideal temperature tonight or whatever. Very foamy, frothy, strange corn flavor, a little bit of tangy bitterness to it. Almost like zero hops. I'm not getting, if I'm getting any hops at all, it's like a very faint type Pilsner type hop. Maybe a little bit of Tettnanger or something like Tettnanger extract way in the back or something. It's very. I'm sure there's some in there, but you can't taste it over the corn and the barley. I'm assuming there's corn in here because it does have that kind of richened body. Which I believe is the main reason for the corn, is to attenuate your beer awfully, and then compensate again by putting the corn back in to kind of fill it out again. That's just my prediction or whatever. Head's pretty much gone. A little bit of slight lacing. Well, it was really fucking cheap. I got a 24 pack for like 26 bucks. So up here, that's really cheap in Canada for beer. And you could do worse if you want to get a budget beer, but you don't want to maybe go with like a Black Label or a Brewhouse Prime or something a little bit heavier, like Alberta Genuine Draft. Those type of cheapos, a little bit with a harsher edge to them. Sometimes those are okay too. This is like more like the lighter, like I said, Old Milwaukee. It's like budget kokanee, something like that. The vented can is just stupid. It just made a fucking mess. Didn't make the beer taste any better as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, you gotta have your gimmick or whatever. Yeah, so don't shake it up before you use that fucking vent, because it's gonna spray out that vent like holy shit, right? Pretty typical. It's pretty well balanced considering there's no hops in it. It was still working. Well, for price considered and everything, really starting to fall apart now. If you don't have this at the exact right temperature and a lot of other reasons, I can't really pass it. I'm gonna have to make 4.5. You could do a lot worse. I think it'll hold up a little bit better than Brewhouse. Brewhouse is another competing beer out here. It's pretty good at the start, but it falls apart, turns to shit right away. So this one, I don't know, 4.5 out of 11. Yeah, it's scraping by. It's not really offensive though, but it can be. Like I had two the other night, just mega wet cardboard going on. Wasn't liking it. It was extra frothy for whatever reason. So whether you bump the can or whatever, might do something to it. But pretty weak. But I would just throw it right in the same bucket as Old Milwaukee. It's pretty much the same shit. Yeah, it's definitely if you want you're picking up beer for a friend and they don't have their beer and they like that type of beer, they'd be fine with this. Like if they wanted Old Milwaukee and they brought a Keystone, I'm sure they'd be fine with it. Or they might fucking be really upset. I don't know. So Beerzerker! It's a fail, but I'll drink it anyway and I'm out! Yeah!